I need assurances of fidelity.
Love and fidelity.
My wedding ring, the symbol of fidelity to my wife.
Hey everyone, and welcome to TalkWord. I'm so glad you could join me. This is the show where we get curious about the words that really define our world. In every explainer, we grab one single, powerful English word, we pull it apart, and really figure out what makes it tick. It's all about making vocabulary something you don't just memorize, but something you really get. And our word for today, it's a good one. It's a concept that shows up everywhere, from our deepest relationships all the way to the tech we use to listen to music. Today, we're talking about fidelity. So first things first, before we can use a word like this, we gotta get right to its core, its fundamental meaning. Let me ask you this. When you hear that word, fidelity, what's the very first idea that pops into your head? Just hold that thought for a second. Okay, so at its absolute heart, fidelity is all about faithfulness. It's that quality of being true, of being loyal. And it's not just a one-time thing, right? The key here is that it's demonstrated through continuing loyalty and support. It's a promise that you keep on keeping. Now for my favorite part, the origin story. To really get where this word comes from, we have to take a little trip, way back in time to ancient Rome. It's pretty amazing, actually. This whole big concept of fidelity and even other words like confidence or faith, they all trace back to one single potent Latin word, fides. This is the key that unlocks everything. See, fides was the Roman idea of trust, faith, confidence, all of it rolled into one. So from now on, whenever you see the word fidelity, just think of its ancestor, fides, and you'll immediately remember it's all about being trustworthy and true. All right, so now that we know the history, let's talk about the different flavors of fidelity you'll run into out in the real world. And the first one, the one you'll probably hear the most, is all about relationships. In this context, it's about commitment, plain and simple. It means being faithful to your partner. You'll often hear the phrase marital fidelity, which is just a more specific way of talking about staying true to the promises made within a marriage. Sometimes the best way to understand what something is to look at what it isn't. Fidelity is all about that loyalty, that trust. Its direct opposite, infidelity, is about the betrayal of that trust. When you see them side by side like this, the meaning of fidelity just becomes so much clearer. But here's where it gets really interesting. Fidelity isn't just about being true to people. That same core idea of trueness pops up in a much more technical world, the world of sound and data. Have you ever seen the term hi-fi, maybe on an old stereo system or talking about music quality? Well, guess what hi-fi is short for? High fidelity. It's the exact same idea. It's all about being true to the original source. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. A high-fidelity audio signal is clear, it's accurate, it is a faithful copy of how the music originally sounded in the recording studio. But a low-fidelity signal, well, that's distorted, it's fuzzy, it's lost its trueness to the original. So high fidelity simply means high faithfulness. All right, theory is great, but now it's time for the most important part. Let's get our hands dirty and actually put this word into practice. Let's run through a few examples so you can hear how it sounds in a real sentence. You could say, he swore his fidelity to the cause, which means he promised to be loyal. Or the soldiers demonstrated incredible fidelity to their comrades. And then, switching gears, this new sound system is known for its amazing audio fidelity. See? Same core idea, totally different situations. And that kind of brings us to our final thought for the day. Fidelity is about being true. So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. Besides relationships and music, where else in your life is fidelity really important? I mean, maybe it's fidelity to your own personal values, or the fidelity of a report to the actual facts. Once you start looking, you see it everywhere. And there you have it, the A to Z of fidelity. I really hope you enjoyed digging into that one with me. And hey, if you did, you are gonna love this. You can keep this journey going with our TalkWord mobile app. You can actually create your very own word explainers, just like this one, and listen to two friendly hosts bring them to life. It is an amazing way to really own your vocabulary. So go on, check it out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on TalkWord, and I'll catch you on the next one.
That means this is the highest quality fidelity. High five.